German Shepherd was the face of a Virginia-based organization credited with saving the lives of dozens of veterans.
In his latest Heroes Among Us, Greg McQuaid and photographer Joe Valdez show us how man's best friend came to the rescue of a U.S. Marine when that veteran needed the help the most.
The first time I got shot at, my life changed forever.
Jason Haag counts his blessings daily.
Nothing will ever compare to what we went through over there. Not back here, at least.
The retired U.S. Marine was deployed to war zones 3 times in 7 years.
I did 2 tours in Iraq and 1 in Afghanistan.
The veteran from Spotsylvania was hit with machine gun fire and IEDs on separate occasions.
Did not get evac'd, stayed with my guys.
Jason survived, but at home, hidden scars were cutting deep.
After I was retired, it went downhill real fast. I ended up isolating myself in my basement. Like, I couldn't even go to the 7-Eleven that was down the street to get a pack of gum.
The 42-year-old father's life was unraveling.
Loud noises, large crowds, those types of things, nightmares was awful. I mean, I was drinking 36 beers a night just to make sure I could close my eyes.
11 years ago, the battle-hardened warrior found salvation at the end of a leash.
September 12, 2012.
Jason met Axel, a German Shepherd discovered at a shelter in Florida.
Because I had tried everything at that point, talk therapy, group therapy, acupuncture, the whole 9 yards.
The Marine was skeptical of a canine companion at first. Their bond, however, was soon cemented.
But I looked over at Axel and he looked at me and he just kind of raised one of his eyebrows. And at that point, I knew that we were going to be all right. So, I owe that dog my life.
In 2017, Jason founded Leashes of Valor. The nonprofit pairs service dogs with veterans living with PTSD. His pup, the group's furry ambassador.
Axel has been there through the absolute very beginning of all of this, and with Leashes of Valor, and he is the reason why we've been able to be so successful, in my opinion.
In 6 years, Leashes of Valor has helped 28 veterans find a lifeline on 4 paws. 1
leash saves 2 lives. That's our whole mantra. If we can rescue dogs out of the shelter, we absolutely will.
Recently, Jason noticed his service dog was slowing down. Father Time was finally catching up to Axel.
He made me a better person. He made me a better man. He's made me a better leader. He's made me a better father. I never really thought that a dog could do something like that.
With a decade of loyalty under his vest, Axel was retired. Still, Jason could depend on his best friend.
He never wavered. He always got in the truck. He went wherever I went, and...
A few days ago, with Axel's health failing, Jason and his family made the difficult decision to say goodbye to his 14-year-old confidant.
We knew that it was coming, and I think that's why he waited so long, to make sure that I was in a good place.
Jason tries clutching onto more than just Axel's collar.
I'm glad that I have that, and I'm able to hold something tangible, because I'm really afraid that because my memory is so bad, and that I'm gonna start losing that, and that sucks.
Leashes of Valor will endure, as will the memory of Jason's guardian angel.
Yes, sir, he is. Axel will be looking over my shoulder until I'm no longer on this earth. That I'm sure of.
The Shepherd's mission is finally complete.
Without Axel, I wouldn't be sitting here today, 100%.
But the legacy of this Marine's beloved pooch lives on in the puppies and dogs who are ready to serve and save.
This is what we do. This is why we do it, is to make sure that somebody else will have a leash in their hand of a dog just like Axel. And that's what it's all about in the end.
For Heroes Among Us,
he helped me, he helped me heal. He helped me learn to care again.
I'm Greg McQuaid, CBS 6 News.